Welcome back to another episode of Mad English TV. Where are we going today? I'm taking you on a drive. It's a very cloudy, dark day today. We call this kind of weather overcast. Overcast. There's just a big cloud over the whole sky. So today I'm taking you to a store called TNT Supermarket. TNT Supermarket. It's a supermarket, a grocery store here in Calgary, but it's not a normal grocery store. It's an Asian grocery store. It's an Asian supermarket. Okay, so if you are a Chinese immigrant here in Canada, I think TNT Supermarket is owned by Chinese people. It's a Chinese supermarket, and I think it's in Calgary. I know it's in BC. I'm not sure if there are also locations in Eastern Canada as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure there are probably Asian supermarkets over in like Toronto and Montreal and those places as well. But here in Calgary, and I know in Vancouver as well, TNT Supermarket is a very popular place to shop for Chinese people and also people from countries, in Southeast Asia. Like I'm sure Filipino people shop there. I'm sure people from Vietnam, Thailand, those countries. Okay, there's a lot of products that I think you would like in this supermarket, TNT Supermarket. Now, if you are from India or Pakistan or some other country, if you're a different kind of immigrant, right, like South America, or I don't think you will find too many products at TNT Supermarket. It's mainly for, like I said, Chinese people or people from like Southeast Asian countries. Okay, so what kinds of things could you buy there? Well, you could probably buy most things that you could buy in your home country, like China, right? Like you can buy, maybe a Chinese teapot or Chinese tea or, Chinese vegetables, those kinds of things. If you go to a normal grocery store here in Canada, like Safeway, you're probably not going to find too many things, from China. If you're in the Northeast, I live in Northeast Calgary. Northeast Calgary is mainly full of people from India and Pakistan. So there are lots of grocery stores that cater to people from India and Pakistan. Grocery stores like Fruticana. That's, if you want Indian food, Pakistani food, you go to that grocery store. Now, in the Northwest, there are mainly Chinese immigrants. Okay, so Calgary is a little bit strange. There are 4 quadrants: the Northeast, the Northwest, the Southeast, the Southwest. Okay, now in the Northwest, there are a lot of Chinese immigrants. So on like the banks in the Northwest, there are Chinese signs, Chinese writing in the banks. There's no Indian writing, there's no Hindi or Punjabi or anything in the banks in the Northwest. But in the Northeast, there is Punjabi, Hindi in the banks in Canada here in Calgary. So, it's really kind of crazy that stores have... Oh no, I'm gonna run a red light. I ran a stale yellow light. Stale yellow means it's like an old yellow. When the light turns yellow, then usually that's a sign that you should stop, right? But I gunned it. I gunned it means I I hammered on the accelerator to go through the intersection, but it was a bad decision. So I ran a stale yellow light. It was almost red. Maybe it was red when I was right under it. So that was a bad decision. I was too busy talking to you. I probably shouldn't make videos while I drive. If I get into an accident, it's your fault. I'm just kidding. It's not your fault. It's my fault for being irresponsible and making videos while I drive. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, about the banks. And not just banks, other stores as well. Here in Calgary, if you are in the Northeast, you will see lots of like Indian restaurants, Indian businesses, and you'll see Indian like writing, right? Whereas if you are in the Northwest, you won't see too much of that. You'll see Chinese writing everywhere, stores, banks, and that kind of thing. So actually it's a little bit sad that Calgary is divided. There are most Chinese people live in the Northwest, and most Indian people live in the Northeast. And those two groups of people, they don't really mix with each other. So, when Justin Trudeau talks about diversity in Canada, that's true. There is, in a way, diversity, but it's on a national level. It's not on like a community level. And that's where diversity should be, right? Diversity should be on a community level. There should be people interacting with each other from different parts of the world. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see Chinese people and Indian people being a little bit closer friends, but I just don't see it happening. I don't think I've ever seen it happen. So that's sort of crazy. That's unfortunate. But anyway, so actually I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. I always get lost when I take you out on these road trips. So what else can I tell you about TNT Supermarket? Okay, now I'm gonna stop at this yellow. I made the right decision. The light turned yellow. I was tempted to gun it, but I decided I should do the smart thing, the wise thing, and stop instead of run the red light. Okay, so TNT, I think we're almost there. It's not too far up ahead here. But like I said, you can find a lot of like Chinese food, Chinese products, that kind of stuff. So if you are interested, in that kind of thing here in Canada, you will be able to find probably anything you are looking for at that store. Okay, so when I get there, I'll take you inside and show you what it's like. Okay, let's go.